right, so now that you have the breathing, we're going to add in the pelvic floor contraction. Now, why are we doing the pelvic floor before the core? Why don't we just do some crunches or something? Well, we want to make sure that your pelvis can support whenever we're pushing down on it, right? Because when we use our core, we generally squeeze, and that can put downward pressure on the pelvic floor. So we want to make sure that the tissues can lift and support before we start doing any crazy exercises. So I want you to sit on a ball or one of these blocks or a rolled up towel. Put it between your legs and yeah, sit on it. I want your perineum right on there. I want you to feel it. This might sound a little awkward. I don't get embarrassed that easily, either fortunately or unfortunately. I guess it depends who you ask. But I want you to be able to feel your tissues. This is going to give you valuable biofeedback. Oh, excuse me. Some people, you know what? Sometimes they place their fingers on their bare perineum, and that can also give them some feedback what's going on in the pelvic floor. Either way, it's very important for you to feel what's going on. All right, so now we're going to start right away with the breath again. But I want you, as you breathe, we're just going to breathe for now. As you breathe, I want you to relax your tissues, your lady bits, into the block or the towel or the ball or whatever you're sitting on. Relax. You're not like bearing down like you're having a baby or passing a bowel movement. No, just relax. Kind of like melt into it. So some people say open like a flower, and you know what? If that cue works for you, you go right ahead. But I just kind of like to think just as you breathe, just a little bit less tension there. And this is why you're sitting on the block, so you can feel it. And it might feel really weird at first because you're not used to it, and maybe you feel like you have to hold it up to keep it safe or whatever. But it's very important to relax, because relaxed muscles can be strengthened because they are relaxed. They're not tired. So you want to just give the pelvic floor muscles a bit of a break. So just breathe in and out. Just use that diaphragmatic breath, and just take a minute. Another analogy that works for a lot of people is kind of like compare your pelvic floor to your shoulders. You know, sometimes how your shoulders are up by your ears and you don't even know it, and you literally have to just melt them down. It's kind of the same thing with your pelvic floor. It might be really clenched and lifted without you knowing it, but until you sit and you focus, you don't know how tight it is, but you just have to melt it down, because that's what it needs. Good. Okay. So if you need to pause it here to focus on relaxing your pelvic floor, that's okay, but I'm going to go and I'm going to explain how to lift your pelvic floor. So now that it's relaxed, it's in a very good place to have a strong contraction. So I want you to think of your vagina as a straw or as a claw that's going to pick up a berry or something like that, whatever works for you. I like to think of the straw analogy, just sucking up some sort of liquid or whatever, because that's what we're going to do. Those muscles are just going to lift. So your butt is not squeezed, your inner thighs are not squeezed, you're breathing, everything is relaxed, but just try to lift it up. Lift it away from the block. Good, and relax. Okay, so let's incorporate that with your breathing. So take a nice deep breath in, everything relax, pelvic floor too. Exhale, straw or berry or whatever works, lift. As you exhale, lift. And again. Good. You can take as much time as you need to understand that concept and to let your brain, once again, brain has to do the work, right? Let your brain figure out what it's supposed to do, but it's gentle lifting and lowering. No other muscles involved. So your legs are relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed, everything is relaxed, you're coordinating it with your breath. So let's just do a few more, and then that's it for this video, and then we'll carry on in the next video. And lift as you exhale. Breathe in, relax. Good. Now I want you to get that before you move on to anything else.